All right, seventh graders, we're starting, this will be your lesson 7 in Google Classroom. This video will be attached in here, obviously. We're starting at number 4 because that's where we left off on Friday. Reminders, be good for the sub. I don't want to hear your name. This app has same aliens as before, but they're easily frightened. So even pressing the buttons on the microbit causes them to jump around the screen in the code. It's accomplished with 2 onboard events, A and B. When we look at those blocks, the code's the same. It's repeated twice. We don't want to repeat code. That's not smart. If we put this code into its own function, we can just have that happen each time. So the first thing we're going to do is define that function called moveAliens. So I'm going to scroll down to my functions and I'm going to say moveAliens. You could also just say move, but if you do the moveAliens, make sure you have capitalized that A, and if you do, make sure you follow through where we go here. So I'm going to take this code that's repeated twice, and I'm going to drag one chunk of it inside of the moveAliens because that's what makes the move. What I'm going to do is delete the other one. I'm going to throw it in the garbaggio because I don't need it. You can see I have made my function, but I haven't called it. So inside here, I want to moveAliens. And I want to do that in both. Now when I run my code, I need a microbit plugged in though. When I run my code, there's my microbit. If I press the A button, they move randomly, and the B button, they move randomly all over the screen. Super cute. Let's take a look at number 5. New features. So one advantage of using a function is that we can easily add new code to that function and not have to add it in a ton of different places. Or if you make a mistake and have to change something, you're only changing it in one. So let's make it so that when we shake the microbit, it also makes it move. So we're going to drag out, we already have that function here. We need another moveAliens, but we're going to do a on shake. So accelerometer is what measures the movement on your microbit. We're going to say when we shake it, we want to do this exact same code. So I'm going to run it, and when I shake my microbit, they move. It's so silly. I love it. Number 6. This one is a prediction. So we're going to skip it and go to number 7. All right, so we have functions with parameters. So this is a little bit scary. We're going to not only have a little separate program, but sometimes you want to pass information that it can use in that program. Maybe numbers for data or a name or something that it can display on the screen. That little piece of information is called a parameter. Spelled just like this right here, parameter. You'll hear me say the word, but I'll always explain what it is. So right now, we want to be able to put a message on the screen. They have made this cute little function down here called alien message. And it says in here, set text top label text, set text bottom label text, and scroll string with that text. This is whatever we want it to be. So whatever value we put in when we call the function, now we have this little n, whatever we put into that spot will be what shows up in these texts. It's just like using a variable. You call it by name and there are no quotation marks. So if we scroll up here, you can see on event alien1 clicked, a message is showing up on my microbit right now that says, hello, I am an alien. I would like you to display a message for every single one. There are any number of messages that you could put in here. Now you can come here and type in this like this, but I would highly suggest copying this first one and pasting it and just changing your message. I'm just going to say howdy, exclamation point. And now when I click on Alien 2, I don't know which one's Alien 2. There he is. It says howdy here, and it scrolls across my microbit. Super awesome. So you should fill in each of these, continuing to copy and paste your message for each of these all the way down. You can make funny jokes or whatever you want, but keep it PG, please. Pause the video, finish these up all the way down. For number 8, we're going to define some more functions with parameters. So these aliens are hungry. They have a choice of food that we can offer them on the bottom of the screen. When we click on the food, it should replace each of these empty plates with that picture of the food. Each empty plate is represented by a different image element. If you hold your mouse over it, this first one is food 1, the second one is food 2, and this one is food 3. We're going to create a function that updates all of the foods with the same image, and that image will change depending on which food item you click on. That will be the parameter in the function. So we're going to go all the way down here and make our function first. We're going to drag out a function that has a parameter, that little n. You're going to call it set foods. We're going to give it a parameter called food, and that's going to be which of these foods we have decided to put on their plate. Inside of this, we are going to set the food for each of those plate images. So food 1, food 2, and food 3. We're going to set their image to be whichever, and look, I got to get rid of all those quotation marks, make sure, whatever food I pass in, and that is decided in a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. We have done one. We are going to copy and paste for the other 2. They are going to have the exact same food image. You only get to make one choice of what you're going to feed all 3 of your alien friends, because just like at my house, we only make one dinner, not 2. Otherwise, go make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, unless you're allergic. We can see this has been defined but not called. So here is what we're going to do for our call. This is where it gets a little interesting. If we choose the cake, we click on the cake button. We want to call the set foods function. But this time I want to now tell it, instead of just calling it, well, what picture am I supposed to use? Well, I need to go down here and look to see what that image is going to be. So if you click here and start putting in quotation marks, you should get image, and you're going to have to type these in the same way. I want to make sure this works. Cake.png. These are built into the program right now. So I want to see cake. It works perfectly. So if you look where I'm looking, right here, this box tells us what we need to name these things. They're also right here. So hey, listen to my words. We can copy and paste this. So for the pizza one now, I'm going to be smarter. I'm going to copy this one and paste it. I don't need to type this now. And now I can copy and paste the pizza slice. So that's for pizza. Next one is a ramen. So I'm going to only take the code this time, and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste in the ramen image. And then I'm going to copy. Remember, you can pause. I know I talk fast. and do what you need to do and then restart it. So now, every time I want to feed my aliens, they all get a new food in front of them. How awesome is that? Number 9, we're almost done. You should be so excited. Number 9, uh-oh, we've got aliens. Oh, it's a game! So we're going to click on aliens to earn points. When we click, they move to a new random place. We're going to use a function with a parameter called alien ID. So it will increase the score and move that alien to a new location. So when we run it, right now, the app increases the score by 1 every time an alien is clicked. We want to update it so the score changes depending on which alien you click, which means we're going to need a parameter to see which alien it is. So that is pretty easy to do. So we're going to go to the bottom of the code. They've already added that parameter here, but it is not working quite right in here. We're going to add in, oh, we want the points, sorry, that they're going to get. We do have their ID. We're going to put the arrow here to grab another parameter to add in, and we're going to call it points. And from there, we're going to, in the score, instead of updating it by 1 each time, replace this and use plus points instead of score. We're going to change that 1 to the points that are possible for each alien. Then we're going to go up and decide how many points each alien is worth. Well, I'm going to reset this. So I think the little alien, probably harder to click on, that's alien 4. I think I'm going to make him actually be worth the most points. If you look at my answer key, it's different, but he's tiny. I'm going to make him be worth 10 points. Alien 3 is the big guy. He's going to be worth the least amount of points because he's easy to click on, 2 points. Alien 2 and 1 are fairly similar in size. I'm going to get both of them. Well, we'll do 6 and then 4. Which one is 2? All right, 6. This one should be 4. And then this one will be 6 points. So now when it calls this function, it's going to give it the alien, which one it is, and the number of points that it can. When I run this and I click, so that one was worth 6. That one was worth 2 because you keep my score only went up by 2 points. Ooh, that one was worth a lot. That one was worth 10. So now when I click on the ones that are different values, my score increases by a different value each time. Super fun. All right, going to number 10, we have 2 different ones to try in here. First thing we're going to do is work with some clouds. We want to be able to move all of the clouds, and right now only one of them is going to move when you press or when you adjust the temperature. If I can even get it to go right now. I don't like using the temperature, so I'm actually going to change it to button A and down, and I want you to do the same thing and reset it and run it. So I'm going to press the A, and you can see one little cloud moves across the screen. What I want you to do is go down here. We are using the cloud's name in here. It's called Cloud ID. Anywhere we see Cloud 0, we need to put Cloud ID in there. So I'm going to copy this parameter, and I'm going to paste it wherever I see the name of a cloud with no quotation marks, and paste it like that. Now when I run this and I press the A button, all of my clouds move across the screen.